This is why I always say that your fears reveal far more about you than anything else ever could. I'll give you a couple examples. Are you afraid that the relationship that you already have will never turn into a full commitment? Underneath that is the belief that you'll never be a top priority in the eyes of the person that you love. Are you afraid that you won't get that big promotion that's on the table for you? Underneath that is the belief that you're not valuable enough to the people that are making that decision. Fear isn't telling the truth about you. It's a flashlight pointing straight at a limiting belief that you came to this channel to conquer. There's an old framework that I keep coming back to that breaks every single emotion that you ever feel down into just two lanes: fear and love. Everything that you can experience in this 3D reality is a derivative of these two emotions. When you trace any feeling that you have back far enough, you find yourself standing in front of one of those two gates. Being a key emotion for human survival, fear was coded into your nervous system to simply keep you alive. Back when our ancestors were sharing the land with animals that saw them as a delicious dinner, as a delicious snack, that jolt of fear is what made them freeze, what made them run or fight at the right moment in order to survive. But now that civilization has advanced dramatically, that fear program jumps out in front of you, in front of your goals instead, encoded in your subconscious thoughts that it's not safe to be rich, or it's not safe to trust someone that you actually care for. Instead of scanning for real threats, it begins to get triggered by illusions of them. This is happening every single time that you scroll down your news feed in the morning to monitor each and every negative event that has almost zero effect in your everyday life. There's a lot of money to be made off of people who are constantly afraid. That fear program runs through a tiny almond-shaped part of your brain called the amygdala. Picture it as a smoke alarm of your mind, if you will. It sits there scanning around you, scanning the environment around you, every single thing, and the moment it senses a threat, the threat of something unfamiliar, it sounds the alarm and floods your body with chemicals before you even have a chance to process what's happening. When your thinking mind finally catches up to the whole thing, you'll easily visualize the worst case scenario for your business, for your money, even your romantic aspirations based off of those chemical responses. This is the checkpoint where a glorious manifestation can get derailed, but this is also where you can decide to be fearless to keep it on the railway of success. This is how the great artist Michelangelo discussed his sculptures in a subtle and metaphorical way. When people asked him how he carved something as perfect as the statue of David, he shared that the masterpiece was already deep inside the block of marble. His duty was to simply chip away at every single piece of marble around it until the masterpiece underneath it was standing there tall for everyone to see. This is what I'm teaching you how to do, but with energy instead of marble. You are the Michelangelo of your reality, and your highest self is already within you, fully formed and fortified for all of the success, love, and freedom that you can handle. The marble that you're chipping away at is made up of your fears, your doubts, your anxieties, and all the worst case scenarios that your mind has conjured up over the years. Fear and excitement are two extremely similar processes happening inside of your body. A racing heart, butterflies in your stomach, in your gut, the rush of adrenaline and cortisol flooding your system. The chemistry is damn near identical. The only real difference is the label that your mind puts on it. Let me put it more plainly. Fear is just excitement that you feel about a potential direction in your life, running through the filter of a limiting belief. Strip that negative belief out, and the same feeling reads as pure excitement about the path ahead and the opportunities that are standing right in front of you. Harvard Business School researcher Alison Wood Brooks discovered that reframing pre-performance anxiety as excitement improved performance significantly more than telling yourself to calm down. She studied a group of people right before they were getting ready to participate in some high-pressure events, singing to a large audience, a public speaking engagement, and a difficult exam, just to name a few variables. One group told themselves to simply calm down within their inner conversations. The others told themselves that they were excited. The excited group performed better every single time. Going from a racing heart to dead calm is like slamming the brakes at full speed, and your nervous system can't really stand that. But going from anxious to excited is a tiny step, because you're not changing the energy just yet. You're changing the narrative that you keep telling yourself about it. And that's the first piece of the blueprint to becoming fearless. You reach for the emotion sitting right next door to it instead of trying to leap across the whole state. Picture your emotions stacked on a ladder where the heavy negative emotions sit down at the bottom and the light positive ones live up at the very top. Every single feeling has its own rung, and each rung expands your energy just a little bit more than the one below it. When you find yourself stuck down low in those fear frequencies, trying to leapfrog straight up to joy is like reaching for a rung that sits 6 feet above your head. Instead, you climb the rung that's actually within reach, right above fear, and that rung is anger. Anger gets a bad reputation, but it holds a gift within it that fear takes away from you. It forces you to take action. You're using anger as fuel so you can drive yourself up toward the higher rungs where courage and love and peace, affluence are waiting for you. The one thing that I'm going to remind you of in this part is that you treat anger as a state that you're driving through, that you're making your way through, not a state that you settle down and buy a house in.